I went to the neurologist on Thursday evening and he said, look, there's two things. There's got some good news and bad news. The good news is there's nothing terminal here. There's no tumours, there's no cancer. The bad news is there's some evidence here of demyelination, which is multiple sclerosis. It's usually the case that you'll have 3 years and then you'll start getting mobility issues. And everything at that point was all the expectations, all the dreams and thought of X, Y, and Z happening in the future had all been taken away in that moment. At the time we were expecting, back at that time, Marissa, our daughter, and I was doing the maths in my head that by the time she's at the age of getting married, there's no way I'll be able to walk her down the aisle. There's no way that I'd be able to be the father who can play with her in the park, run about, have the energy to do things that I would love to have done. And that was my biggest kind of fear. If I knew then what I know now, or if I was able to communicate to myself, first of all, I would give my newly diagnosed self a big hug, and I would tell him that everything will be okay. The largest thing OMS has given is that hope, finding OMS and seeing there's another way than what was initially told to me. Life is going to be normal and I can pursue the same dreams and the same goals and ambitions that I had pre-OMS. One of the things I really enjoy is running, and since having MS I've done 4 or 5 marathons at that time, and the first one after diagnosis I did over 4.5 hours in Paris, and I look at my previous marathon in Berlin just last year and I did that in just over 3.5 hours, so that's a whole hour shaven off my time whilst having MS. When I think of my life today, and this is 6 years or so past diagnosis, I look around and I think I'm in a much healthier position. The Alex today is doing things that the Alex 6 years ago could never have achieved. I am overcoming MS.